Is this the best Samsung S25 Ultra case? In this video, we will be comparing two of the most premium and recommended cases on the market. We will look into some insane features they provide, their durability, wireless charging, MagSafe compatibility, how they stack up against each other, and hopefully I will be able to help you decide which one is right for you. We've got a lot to cover in this video, so let's get started. Starting off with the Caudabe Sheath, I got this one in the beautiful Eucalyptus limited edition color from Caudabe's Elemental collection. And it's a series inspired by the natural world, where a portion of the proceeds from the sale of each color in the Elemental collection will be donated to causes that benefit the environment. I wasn't so sure about the green initially, but wanted something brighter this time, as I usually go with black or navy, and I'm very happy with my choice this time. In the box, we also get a little envelope with a short story on the Eucalyptus color if you're interested. When it comes to weight, the sheath weighs around 49.3 grams and it is surprisingly thin. It really wraps the phone extremely well around the edges, which I will demonstrate later in the video. Inside, it has a plush-like microfiber lining that cushions the phone from abrasions. It basically prevents micro scratches caused by dust or small particles trapped between the phone and the case. Honestly, the texture on this case is so unique and addictive, it's very hard to describe. I will try to show it to you as best as I can, but in short, it has a micro edge texture that aims to enhance grip and resists lint, scratches, and shows absolutely no fingerprints, which is super important in my opinion, as I will show the difference compared to the Pitaka one later on and you will see a massive difference. What I love most about this case is how precise it is. There's absolutely no movement or warping whatsoever. With a lot of other cases, I've noticed that over time they start to bend or lose their shape, especially around the corners. They get loose after being exposed to heat in the summer or just from taking the case on and off when you're cleaning your phone, for example. Eventually, the material stretches and no longer hugs the edges properly. But that problem just doesn't exist with the sheath. It's incredibly precise and gives a tight, secure fit all around the phone. Both of the cases have the most lens protection as they opted for super precise design cutouts rather than an open version that exposes the camera lenses. So it's a big plus from my side. On the bottom we once again have very precise cutouts for charging, speaker, as well as the S Pen, which in my opinion is easier to take out from the sheath than the Pitaka one. When it comes to buttons, they provide great tactile feedback, although I would personally prefer to feel more travel on them as they seem quite shallow. For me, when it comes to buttons, the Pitaka takes the advantage here as I like the feeling, sound and travel more of the Pitaka PinButton case buttons. The buttons on the Caudabe Sheath are also swappable, so you can swap out the buttons in your case very quickly and easily. They offer plenty of different colors on their website, so you can customize the case to create a combination that you like. When it comes to protection, the smooth round edges offer added screen protection and beautifully wrap the display without adding the bulk you get from something like a mouse case. It also doesn't suffer from warping like the Pitaka one, and it fully covers the phone without leaving any edges exposed. Sheath is crafted from Shocklite, which is their shock absorbent polymer, and it's drop tested to 4.6 meters or 15 feet. In my opinion, it delivers exceptional protection while still looking sleek and elegant. Just by holding the phone in this case, it really gives me the confidence that will protect it while having an extremely satisfying texture and great grip to it. Now let's see what Pitaka has to offer with their unique 3-pin customizable buttons that you need to see in action. I've actually got two colorways for you in this video, this new black and gold colorway, as well as a classic black and grey one. When we open the case, we see instructions and settings on how to set those pin buttons up, but don't worry about this as I will explain everything very shortly. The one we are opening now is this new and beautiful black and gold colorway that I'm honestly quite a fan of. The Pitaka case weighs approximately 40.3 grams and I would say it's pretty much on par with the sheath when it comes to its thickness. The back of the case is made with aerospace grade aramid fiber which looks stunning and has a fantastic feel to it. Although it can show some fingerprints which I'll demonstrate later in the video. Aramid fiber back is very strong and Pitaka claims it's 5 times stronger than steel, which gives good structural support against impacts. The Pitaka case is made out of flexible TPU and has a distinctive smooth but slightly textured finish that is also extremely nice to touch and hold. The sides are smooth, but I personally never had any grip issues with this case, and the buttons on this case are phenomenal in my opinion. As I mentioned before, the Pitaka case also comes with very precise camera cutouts like the sheath. However, what I like a lot about the Pitaka one is that it comes with 2mm raised camera lips, so it provides more protection when placing the phone on flat surfaces. On the right side of the case, we have the cool Pitaka logo, as well as the standard buttons for the Samsung S25 Ultra, so volume up and down buttons, as well as the main side button. The inner lining has Nappa leather for protecting the back of your phone from scratches and dirt particles. But let's now put it on and see how it looks. When it comes to protection, I'm actually very impressed how thin and durable this case is. I do care about protection, but I'm not a fan of the overly bulky cases, as I like to feel the original shape of the phone as much as possible. I think this case does this extremely well. It combines both aesthetics as well as durability without compromising on its size. As you can see, the cutouts at the bottom are also extremely precise, and I would almost say too precise on the S Pen slot, as it's a bit harder to take it out than from the sheath, but overall it's not such a big deal, as once you get the hang of it, it's perfectly fine. Personally, I prefer the look of the Pitaka, as it's a bit more stylish, sleek and elegant while providing great protection and some unique functionality not seen in other cases. But there's one minus from my side. I don't know if you already noticed, but the fingerprints on this case are on another level. I literally took the case out of the box, and the amount of shiny fingerprints on both the black and gold as well as the black is crazy. Worst thing is that it's quite hard to get them off, and the case always looks like it's dirty because of it. But now let's discuss another important aspect of these cases, which is the fit. I've noticed a problem with the Pitaka one, but let me first show you the fit of the Caudabe Sheath. So as you can see, the fit is extremely good. It's very precise and super tight all around the phone. There's no warping or any exposed edges, as well as no movement at any place. It's generally a perfect fit while remaining nice and thin. Now, if we compare that with the Pitaka one, due to its flexible TPU, it has some inconsistencies around the edges and a tendency to loosen up over time. For example, if you often take the case on and off, the TPU material seems to stretch and not go back to its original form. This black one has been reported to Pitaka, and their service has been amazing. They have sent the black and gold one free of charge as a warranty replacement, and I don't observe the same warping happening on this one. However, it is still not as tight as the sheath, and I can see it not fully wrapping the phone, for example here at the top. I believe the TPU material is quite vulnerable to heat because it seemed to loosen up mostly while I was on holiday in Barcelona. So from the fit perspective, the Caudabe Sheath definitely takes the win here, since as you can see it perfectly wraps the Samsung S25 Ultra and there are no exposed edges whatsoever. Let's now dive into MagSafe compatibility, wireless charging, and the strength of the magnets in each of the cases. So both the Pitaka PinButton as well as the Caudabe Sheath support wireless charging. They are both MagSafe compatible and feature a similar design, including functional magnetic ring for secure alignment with those MagSafe devices. Starting with the sheath, it uses high-grade neodymium magnets that provide a strong and reliable attachment, fully compatible with all MagSafe accessories. The magnets feel solid and secure in everyday use, and honestly, I don't think you'll ever need anything stronger than this. I'm shaking it pretty hard right now, and not something you would do on a daily basis, and it's hanging on just fine. Moving to Pitaka, they feature a MagSafe ring magnet built into the case, and they feel really good and strong. Personally, I would say Pitaka magnets feel slightly stronger, possible due to the fact that the Pitaka case is slightly thinner, and the aramid fiber on the back is more of a flat and smooth material compared to the textured sheath surface. Overall, I think more importantly, both cases support MagSafe and the magnets are more than strong enough, but if I had to pick, the Pitaka one feels slightly stronger. Now we go to the best part, something that really shines on a Pitaka case which I have not seen on any other case ever before, and that is the customizable pin buttons. The 3 pin buttons are customizable to quickly perform any action you want them to do via the NFC function. Basically, they allow you to create routines such as launching your most used functions or apps. For example, your camera, notes, voice recorder, or use it with Samsung One UI to split the screen and open 2 apps side by side. You can program them to start a timer or open any application such as Google Maps, or close the curtains in your living room. I find this functionality extremely helpful, as I always felt restricted that I only have a single side button on the S25 Ultra that tapping it twice would open the camera or Google Pay, and that's pretty much it. That was all the options we had available. With this, we get way more options and flexibility to create workflows that are most useful to us. Okay, so in order to get this set up, you simply have to go to Settings, find Modes and Routines, and select Routines at the very bottom. From there, we will click the plus symbol to create a new routine and add what the trigger will be. Select the NFC tagged option from the connection section, and then proceed to click and hold the pin button you want as the trigger and give it a name. In this example, I am using the very top pin button. After that, select what this routine will do and pick an option that best suits your needs. I will select Apple Music for this example. You can create further actions based on this single button, but let's keep it simple. Now, as you can see, pressing and holding shortly the first pin button opens Apple Music as we have configured. My favorite actions are simply shortcuts for opening my Instagram, YouTube Studio, as well as a split view for Notion and the browser where I can do some research and take notes for my future videos. I'm curious what actions you would configure if you had this case and how it would help you speed up your workflow. Please let me know down in the comments below. One thing to point out is that those NFC buttons don't work when the phone is locked, so you will need to unlock your phone in order to use your pin button routine. But in my opinion, this is good when it comes to security. Okay, to summarize, I think these are both incredible cases and you will be happy with either of these. It is up to you now if you prefer a perfectly tight fit or would rather have the unique NFC functionality. If you are still here, it means a lot to me and would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me create more videos like these. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Peace.